Hi, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Just want to show you a typical workflow on knowing how to break down a algorithm or strategy for pretty well any program using a debugger. But in this case, I'm using Matlab. So here I am at a recorded webinar for co-integration, something I've been working on for the last little while. Has accompanying Matlab code, which is this link. Download the code, store it somewhere. In my case, I've stored it in here. There is a strange bug in one of the demos, but nonetheless, what I've done is when it tries to read in this minute bars excess database, I've extracted those tables, LCO, WTI, whatever it's called, into separate Excel spreadsheets. And then my demo program will read those Excel spreadsheets, but that's not the point of this video. What I did want to show you is the files and where they are. Here's the location within the Matlab. Let me just get to it. So in here's the co-integrated pears trading folder. Here's the various files. In this case, we are going to focus on this demo program, and in essence, I'm going to set up some debugging breakpoints and whatnot in a subfolder M script. In this case, I've got the pears function, which is my editor now, right here, as well as I set a big breakpoint just about here. It's very easy, just like that, and off you go and you run it. So let me just get this all lined up. And it's a slow system for right now, and here it will stop at the breakpoint, thus the name. So obviously it's plotted a series, which is right here. So that's that. But let's say if I wanted to look at the values of series, this vector here, or if it's a matrix. Yeah, it looks like it's a matrix. But here's the MATLAB workspace. So in that sense, it's called, I believe it was called series. Yeah, so if I look at the value of the series, there you are. And it's kind of cool that you can step now through your through the M script. So right here, you can step, and you see this little green arrow. That's the execution. So let's say if I come to this Granger test function, obviously there's an H value, a reg value. These are the results from this function, and off it goes, and you can step through it. But let's say if I wanted to look at the source code for the EGCI test, you can then either step in or just step over. So in this case, if I want to look at the source code and see what it's doing for this particular function, I could do a step in, but I just want to do a step over it. So essentially, this is the debugger process, and you can run your regular function as I did here by running that. But this little K prompt right here means that I'm in debug mode, and I can easily get out of that and just terminate the session of this debug mode by clicking on this exit debug mode. And if I go back to my prompt, you'll see, well, it should be back to normal, but whatever. But I can repeat the process I've just showed you. I just want to show you that's how I typically will trace through a series of M files or M scripts, just to see how maybe, like I said, an algorithm is developed, and see step by step how it works. This same process can be used in Visual Studio for any .NET application, C#, C++, or you can also use it for your Eclipse as well, for Java, and probably other ways. But this is typically how you do it from a programming standpoint. So hopefully it'll help you out.